So 4 pieces. This is the one which I'm pretty sure yours is. One way to check, if you look at the shape of, see, that's what I call a V-shaped piece. Okay, and I'm hoping yours is the same. That's a V-shaped piece, and there's those 2 connecting, and then the other end is also V-shaped, and the other 2 I call kind of S-shaped, but you start with the V-shaped ones. If you got one of the V-shaped ones in your hand, then there'll be the other 2 S-shaped ones, and then the other V-shaped one down the bottom. And you want to bring those 2 V-shaped ones together, back to back, like that. And I'm going to hold them this way because that's the way it's easiest for the rest of it to go together for me. You are going to have to experiment, but it's either going to be easiest if you hold them this way or that way, but in any case those 2 V-shaped ones get held back to back, and that's to sort of keep them out of the way in the position that they need to be, because what the real thing is to actually focus on the other 2. You basically just hold those 2 while you fight with the other 2, and this one of them, well, anyway, both of those 2 S-shaped pieces are somehow or other, this is where you're going to have to, you could tape these 2 together, you can tie them up from something so that they just stay together, because what you want to do is find the way that these other 2, the S's, that they cross over each other. It forms like a figure 8. The other 2 pieces have to form this figure 8 shape, while the first pair, the V-shaped pair, pass through both of the holes of that figure 8. That is the whole tricky part, is just getting these 2 together, because once you've got those 2, come on, yeah, okay. Sometimes when it messes up, you just got to go back to the beginning. And I'm also doing this sort of looking half through the lens of the camera instead of looking directly at the ring. Okay, so when you've got it like that, you can let these 2 go. They kind of naturally fall out to the sides, and the next tricky bit is that as they're sitting at the moment, this one on the left hand side sits above the one on the right hand side, and that's as it should be. Although what can happen is, it just depends how you jiggle them when they're in that hole. Now you can see the one on the right hand side is on top. I don't want that. I want the one my one, the one I want on top, needs to be the left hand piece. So it's just a matter of jiggling them around until you get them the way you want. Now these V-shaped pieces rotate, and you got to rotate. Stop that. Rotate one of them so that now the point of the V is right underneath all the rest of the crossed over parts instead of hanging down, you know, at the opposite end. This one, now you've got to rotate that through as well, and usually it's, anyway, there you go. So when both of those V-shaped pieces have been rotated so that the point of the V is now in this position, then they basically just fall down into place. So this is what I was talking about before, where you need the right one on top, because if it's the other way around, when I drop them down it won't close, and you can see here's a groove here that should be having something go over the top of it, whereas in fact it's got it going underneath. So that's why you need to make sure of these two rings that the correct one is on top, and then it'll all fit down in place. So I'm thinking this ought to do it for you. If not, then we can keep going. We can continue, but it looks pretty much like what you've got should behave, basically how I've said, and see how you go. As I said, 13 seconds was what I used to be able to do it in. Okay, good luck.